Looking at the dollar against the yen, end of the week review of March 12, 2010. Let's take an overall look. I'm not very proud of the action that's been going on and the entries that have been made with the yen for the last few months, actually. The yen has really been disappointing to me personally, but it is what it is. There have been times when we made great money with the yen, but right now just not doing so well, not getting entries, and some of them are giving me small losses and whatnot. And last week we even lost 14 pips. But anyway, we're going to review it. We're going to see what we did right, what we did wrong. The range in the dollar yen has been extremely small, daily, that is. Let's look at it. We basically, for the beginning of the week, we were long, then we went short, then we tried to seesaw it, got a little something, but not a whole lot. Let's take a look. Started out the week trying to go long, didn't fill. Sometimes it makes you feel, what's the point? Well, 89.78 was the long position we tried to go. In between here, we were trying to make some compromises. We couldn't even get in there. So, well, why were we going long? We were transitioning out of short. Okay. We had the takeover attempt on no signals really other than this second day of topping action, which really should have told us to look for possibly trying to short it. Well, if we had done that, okay, we could have double dared it. Actually, we had the transition was there, and we were topped out for the second day in a row. I mean, we could have done it. We could have done it. We had legitimate reason to do it. It actually would have paid off. We would have got some pips out of it. Short to do a double dare short from 90.26. Actually, then we opened at 90.42. Hey, but nevertheless, that's still fine. That's a 34 pip difference. Cut that in half. 17 pips added to 90.26 would give me 90.43, a pip above the open. Okay, so yeah, we could have done that, but nevertheless, let's move on to the next day. Lost 16 pips trying to go long at 9009, which was this plus the spread. It dropped all the way to 89.63, which was the bottom on this channel here. Okay. Well, why didn't we pick that? Well, because we didn't. That's why. It's a squeeze, had a narrow range reversal. This 14 with the small range is enough for it to reverse and try and look for a long. And it's squeezing to the downside here. So now for the next day we look to from short to long. Now we should be looking for a long on this day. Let's go and make sure that's what we did. Yes, we did at 89.77. Why 89.77? Well, let's see why. There it is, 89.90. We were already there. We were looking for it to touch the bottom of that 3-layer support. We couldn't get that to happen, and it went back to the upside. We are in long positions now. Then we come into the third Fibonacci day of long. We also look at this day. We see no signals or anything like that going on. However, we've got this stranded LA signal in our long term. We usually don't see that very often, and that's so we would look for that in terms of a short possibility. And also notice that it's a first full house, so shorting was in order. And we I don't think we got filled though. Yeah, 91.04 was the short, which was a good short to take. I mean, it was at the top of the range, never made it. Okay, there was really no other place to take that short that I can see. Nope. So there you have it. And then on Friday we tried to hedge it up a little bit, see if what we could get between the tops and the bottoms, and it paid off fairly decently. We had the squeeze coming in, down, up, down. Here was completely ambiguous. Couldn't make it out, especially with the yen being in the nature that it was. but we were able to pick up a little bit from it, as you can see. Finally, we got 24 out of the deal there, taking the short and between shorting and going long at 90.30, and then the oops, I'm sorry, and then trying to take the short at the 90.81. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? We went 91.51 in the no, 91. There's no way we could short 91.51. We shorted at the 90.81 and long at 90.30. This is a misprint here. This should be a, is that a 5 or an 8? I can't even see. It must be the 5 because, yeah, 91.51. I'm sorry, 91.51, not 90.51. Yeah, we went 91.51. Well, why? We should have gone short at 90.81, but the reason why we shorted 91.51, I remember now, was because we had the narrow range and the squeeze, and we were thinking, okay, if it squeezes and pops over this 90.71, that's only 10 pips more. You know, if we short 10 pips there, we're going to get hit, and we might get smacked, and this thing might do a breakout. Okay, because of the squeeze, the narrow range, and the tweezer bottom. So we said, well, we'll see if it can get the mid portion, this middle band of this very heavy resistance of 91.51 coming out of the long range support resistance, and it didn't get up there. Okay, now I remember. Anyway, that was the reason why we only got 24 pips out of the deal, going long at 90.30, ending the day at 90.54. Okay, so there you have it. Once again, the yen is still maintaining that small range. At least we got 8 pips out of the week for the yen, as opposed to losing pips on the yen, as we've done so many times in the past here lately. But that only will last so long. You know, you just have to maintain your consistency and stick to your rules, which is what we're doing. So there you have it. We can rest easy. We can sleep at night. We don't have to toss a turn or worry about the fact that the yen is what it's doing is what it's doing. We're just there to see what we can get out of it, because eventually it will move and make some kind of direction, and we'll be there to catch it.